We're studying IGCSE English as a first language, and we're continuing writer's effect. Now, in this class, we're just focusing on paper 1, comprehensions, explicit meanings, implicit meanings, and what kind of effects does the writer have on the reader? How does he achieve it, right? Because every word in English has an effect. Whatever you write, every word you write must be written for some kind of an effect. Let's continue. So this is the second class on it. Rachit, is your notebook ready?
Yes, sir.
Perfect. Let's continue. We did onomatopoeia. We did. Okay. Did I give you examples for onomatopoeia?
No, sir.
All right. Okay. Let's look at that one more time. The onomatopoeia examples. Okay. So onomatopoeia. What is onomatopoeia, Rachit? It's basically a word that
Sir,
sounds
words that
like.
sound like what it describes. For
Right.
example, third or fifth
Right. Okay.
and
Let's say
all.
third. Exactly. So I'll give you a few. We have third, buzz, roar, screech. Let's say splash, whip, push. Right. All of these. Howl. Now please write these. I need you to use them in your writing. It's very important.
Yes, sir, writing.
I'll give you a few more actually. You'll have clack or click, same thing. You have fizz, you have boom, you have bang. Now these many, how many are there? 6, 9, 12. That is more than enough. Use at least 5 of these in your writing. And you should be ready to use any of these. So please practice it as well. Now finish writing first. The next one we're looking at is we have done onomatopoeia. Simile metaphor. Let's look at euphemism after this. Now, Rachit, will you be doing A levels?
What, sir?
Will you be doing A levels? You know what A levels are?
No, sir. But I know there's something related to IGCSE.
Right. Basically, that's class 11, 12, right? So
Oh.
you will be doing class 11, 12, obviously. So,
Sir, it's like in our school we don't have the option of Cambridge in 11th and 12th. Sir.
right, there's, I think there is another school as well around you. Solitaire, right?
Okay, sir.
That has A levels, class 11,
Yeah.
12.
Okay,
Now,
sir.
because this, what you're learning right now, English, this one, I've done A levels as well, and the English is almost the same. It's a bit more difficult. It's little difficult, but if you do English as a first language,
So,
all of this
sir,
is the
like
same in class 11.
A levels, like there are subjects in 11th and 12th, right?
Yeah.
So, what are the options in A levels, sir?
Now, okay, first, have you finished writing?
Yeah, sir.
All right, then we'll keep writing, we'll keep talking, all right? So just a
Okay,
second.
sir.
Let's look at euphemism. I'll answer your question in 1 second.
Yeah.
But
So
best writing,
euphemism is saying things indirectly which are disturbing,
all right, all right. So
such as we have
basically,
to let you go instead of you're fired.
right. So replace uh, phrasing that would be considered harsh or impolite, right? With let's just say uh, or just a second. Instead of say replace, let's say something indirectly by rephrasing which what would be considered impolite or harsh. Now the use over here is that's the definition. Fine. What is the use of this? Well, the use is basically soften the impact of a statement. Second would be for politeness or discretion. Also, it's for another use for this is basically for irony and humorous effect. That's it. An example could be things like, let's say one, we could say well off, which actually means rich. Well off means rich, right? Instead of saying rich, I will say I am well off. So that person is well off. Instead of saying rich, you're just giving, let's say, a little bit of less dramatic effect, right? You're softening the impact. Let's try another one for poor, economically challenged. Now this one basically means poor. So instead of saying poor, we're saying because poor and rich would be considered kind of rude to say to someone. So we say something like this. I'll give you another one, which is, let's say, passed away, right? Which means to die. We could give another one, which is, let's say, eternal rest or let's just say meet the maker, which is also to die. Now I want you to use these in your writing, all right? Another one would be that should read the fifth one out loud.
Yeah. All of his friends are chubby fellows.
Chubby. Now chubby fellows, that this one is for saying someone is fat. Okay. So this sentence basically saying chubby is one way of not saying fat. Do you understand? So if you would say all of his friends are fat, that would feel, let's say, rude.
Sir, I did
Right?
not understand the fourth one, sir.
Fourth one, meet the maker. The meet the maker means to you're going back, you're dying, right?
Yeah. Okay, like that.
Like that. Does it make sense?
Understood, sir. Yeah.
Now let's just see one more. Yeah, another one would be, let's say, differently abled, which means disabled, right? Disabled. Now, Rachel, have you finished writing?
Yeah, sir.
Now look at an example, right? Let's look at an example. Now I want you to read this out loud.
Yeah, sir.
Paragraph.
If I pass during some natural nocturnal blackness, mothy and warm, when the hedgehog travels furtively over the lawn, one may say he strove that such innocent creatures should come to no harm, but he could do little for them, and now he is gone.
Right. So what is happening here? Do you understand what the writer is saying?
No.
No? All right. That's okay. That's okay. Well, can you figure out any euphemism in this bag?
What's a new?
Any euphemism?
Um, Sir, I guess he strove that such innocent,
What about this one?
and now
Let's
he's
read the
gone.
first. Let's start from the beginning. All right. Now, in the beginning, we
If
see
I
that we
pass,
have if I pass away during some nocturnal
pass.
blackness. What is the meaning of? Well, write the meaning of nocturnal in your notebook. All right. Nocturnal.
Yeah, sir.
Nocturnal means basically night. All right. To be sleeping.
Okay.
Let's say
No.
at night or during night. All right.
Yes, sir. Sir, what is the
Or
meaning of
actually
furtively?
occurring. Just a second. Rewrite it. Nocturnal means occurring or active at night. Now it has two meanings. Either it's something is happening at night or someone is active at night. So if I say bats are nocturnal, that means that they are active at night. But if I say nocturnal blackness, that means occurring at night. It has two meanings. Now, what was the other one? That should tell me. Creatively.
Yeah, what is the meaning of furtively, sir?
Well, it basically means secretly, all right?
Okay, sir.
Without attention. So write it down secretly. Now,
Yes,
I
sir.
want you to use these in your writing.
Okay,
And whatever you're writing, replace check after you finish writing. Can I replace any
yeah.
word with something different? and I want you to replace 50% of the words. Do you understand? Not in the exam,
Okay,
obviously,
sir.
but when you're doing my assignments. So
Yeah.
I want to see the most fancy words ever. You can say, you can
Yes.
use Google if you want.
Okay, sir.
Now that's if I pass during some nocturnal blackness, what does that mean? Nocturnal blackness. So some darkness of the night, right? So he's
Yeah.
saying if I die, so if I pass during, that basically means if he dies in the night. Mothy and warm. Mothy means basically you're warm, your body is warm, right? And when the hedgehog travels furtively over the lawn, one may say he strove that such innocent creatures should come to no harm, but he could do little for them. Now he is gone. What is the meaning of he's gone? So both of
He
these,
died.
he died. So if I pass, he's gone. So what happens is if he dies very secretly uh, over the lawn, people can say that, well, he died without telling anyone, right? And there's a lot more than happening here, but we have to continue. We'll look at something else. It's not at your level right now. Now, if I pass, this means to die, right? That's a euphemism. And there's another, okay. Now, why is the writer giving euphemisms here? Can you tell me? Why is he giving euphemism?
Sure, it's because like it's showing he is gone. So gone may be a meaning of he passed away.
Yeah, that's fine. Now we'll look at this. Now, if I say if I die, right? What is more poetic? If I pass away or he is gone, or if I'm dead, what is more poetic?
Pass away.
Pass away. So the writer does this, or right? The writer's effect basically will be to add poetic, let's say poetic value to the stanza. So he's adding poetic value. And another thing is also the purpose of the writer, the purpose is in this paragraph or this stanza is to show passage of time. So if he says die, all the attention will go to that way, right? Now he doesn't want to give attention to that. He wants the attention to be over here. That some creature will walk up to him, and that will take a lot of time, right? Before someone finds him. If he just dies somewhere, it will take some time to find him, and that time is what he's trying to signify. So the writer's effect is this. You don't have to write this, by the way. Have you written the six over here? Rachit, have you written the
Yeah, sir.
examples here? Now we look at the next one.
Yeah.
The understatement is kind of similar to this, but you should realize that let's say add one more use over here. Let's just say one more use for politeness or discretion to add poetic value. Now, but the main use is irony and humor. Is that clear? I want you to read another example of this. Start, Rachit.
How else can I say it? You're being let go. Your department's being downsized. You're part of an outplacement program. We're going in a different direction. We're not picking up your option. Take your pick. I got more.
I got more. All right. Now, I'll tell you what's happening here. This is very funny, isn't it? Look, I'll add a few more sentences here before. Let's say the boss. Okay. Boss says, you're fired. Then employee says, why, how can you say that, right? How can you say that? Now, Rachis, read the first two lines again.
Yeah. Boss, you're fired. Employee, how can you say that?
Continue.
Boss, how else can I say it? You're being let go. Your department's being downsized. You're part of an outplacement program. We're going in a different direction. We're not picking up your option. Take your pick. I got more.
Yeah, I got more. All right. So does it? What do you think? What do you feel from reading this? Do you think this is, let's say, dramatic, poetic, funny, or what?
Sir, at the first, when you didn't show me the two lines, I could not understand it totally. But after reading the two lines, it was like in a funny way, like the boss said.
Right? It's funny, right?
But it
Because
was
look, these
dramatic too, a bit dramatic.
dramatic too. But the main thing is that there is a humor here, right? Some twist. So the employee is like, how can you say that? How can you fire me? But the boss is giving a twist. He's not answering his question. He's just saying the same things in different ways. He's
He's
like,
indirectly saying,
yeah, he's being euphemistic. So I'll just write here, boss is being euphemistic. So that creates irony, an ironic twist, and
sir,
humor.
whatever you're writing is overlapping, sir.
Now can you see it?
Yeah. Yeah.
Right, right. They don't have to write anything, by the way, right? Let's move on. Next one. What should we do? We'll do juxtaposition or anaphora.
Sir, we did anaphora, sir.
We did anaphora, right? Anaphora, what is
Yeah.
anaphora?
Sir, an anaphora is repetition of a word or phrase at the beginning of a successive sentence, phrase, or clause.
What is the
Its
why do we do
effects
it?
are, sir, to convey, emphasize, and reinforce the purpose.
Perfect. Good job. Juxtaposition. Now, what is
Sir,
juxtaposition?
I
That
think
sounds.
we can do puns, sir. I've never done this.
You have never done
PUN.
pun.
Yeah.
Pun is easy. Pun is easy, man. It's much easier, right?
I,
Have you done
yeah.
juxtaposition? Do you know what juxtaposition is?
Sir, juxtaposition is two things side by side to compare.
All right, then you know what it is. All right. We'll look at it's more than that, but let's do fun, as you said. Fine. Happy? Let's do fun. Fun. All right. So we'll start with let me think. I'll have to give you the effect first. Not the effect. We'll define it. So what is a pun? A pun is basically play of words. All right. Now it's also called, there's another name of it which is called double entendre. Play of words which have double meanings. Now we can also say this word is which is called double entendre. That's the other word for this. But they've made it simple now. So before it, this is what they used to call it. Double entendre. Entendre. Now they've changed it to pun. Well, it's not completely same, but it is almost the same thing. Now, what is this? It's basically play of words when you're playing with words. You're adding a few things here and there, and what you're trying to do is you're trying to have double meanings, right? Let's say we look at the use. Use is there's a lot of it actually, especially for humor. especially for humor. Write that down. Second one is for irony. That's it. So the main use is humor, mainly humor. And let's look at some examples. Examples are, let's start with the first one. Finish writing this quickly. Have you finished?
Yeah.
Okay, we look at this one. Denial is a river in Egypt. And I'll rewrite it below. The Nile is a river in Egypt. Now, let's just read the two sentences.
The Nile is a river in Egypt. The Nile is a river in Egypt.
Now, okay, so doesn't this part of the sentence sound the same as this one?
It does.
It does. So that's it's meant to be funny. When we say the denial, or let's say another one. The vacuum sucks. Now, can you give me two meanings here? Every one has two meanings, at least. Read the first and second example, quick.
The vacuum sucks. I like archery, but it's hard to see the point.
The third one.
It's difficult for crabs to sail because they are shellfish.
All right. Now, do you understand if there's anything funny about it?
Sorry, first of all, I did not understand first and second, but I understood third at least.
All right. There's selfish, shellfish. The vacuum sucks. There are two meanings here. First meaning is, well, the job of vacuum is to suck. Job of vacuum is to suck objects. Well, that's not the main thing you can understand. Another thing you can understand is
Understood, sir. Yeah, understood. The
understood
vacuum
the
is
vacuum
like not working
is
properly
bad.
or like that.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
vacuum is bad, and the job of the vacuum is to suck objects. She's like, the vacuum sucks. So it's meant to be funny. That's one thing. It has two meanings. Now for this one, I like archery, but it's hard to see the point, right? So what is the point? Let's say no point of archery sports, right? Another thing is when playing archery, it is difficult to aim at the bullseye, something like this. So read the two meanings.
Yeah. I like archery, but it's hard to see the point. Example, explanation. No point of archery sports. Second example, when playing archery, it is difficult to aim at the bullseye.
So it has two meanings again. It is difficult to see the point. It's like he's saying, when I like archery, but it's very difficult to see the point which I'm shooting at, right? So therefore, it basically means it is difficult for him. And it's funny because it can mean two things, right? Now, for the last one, shellfish, selfish, they sound similar. Any questions?
No,
Now, Rachit, I want you to make one with me. Okay, I'll ask you something. Rachit, what did one ocean say to another? What is the answer? What do you think?
I don't know, sir.
I'll tell you. Nothing. They just waved. Do you understand what this means? You get it?
Yeah.
So they waved. That's because the ocean, right? So that's again meant to be funny. Let's say, yep, I think it makes sense to you, right? We can try one more.
Yeah, sir. Yeah.
All right, that's it. Let's move on. Now start read the next one. What is the next one, Ashok? Tell me. Rachit, can you hear me?
Yeah, sir. Your voice is breaking.
All right, tell me, what is the next one we are doing? Have you done hyperbola? Have you done rhetorical questions?
Yeah, sir.
Oxymoron?
Yeah, sir.
So we'll have to continue. We'll have to do it one more time. So I'm going to start with, let's say, let's try oxymoron, right?
Okay, sir.
Let's try oxymoron. Now, because look, so you have written it. Has your teacher checked it?
No, sir.
So it's not enough because I have to check if you've written everything correctly. Because last time I saw some of
Sir,
the
sir, I've
definitions were wrong.
I've written oxymoron is a phrase that combines two words that seem to be the opposite of each other. Example, stupidly intelligent.
All right, that's okay. That's correct then. Let's then look at juxtaposition. Or I just finished oxymoron. Is right the definition.
Yeah.
Or have you done rhetorical questions?
Yeah, sir.
So write the definition here. The definition is questions
Okay.
asked without expecting
An answer.
an answer. All right, to grab attention. Now this one basically the effect is engaging. Engaging. Or basically engage the reader. Finish writing quickly and make let's say grab attention. That's it. Spelling is wrong. It's a rhetorical question. Examples could be uh, did I tell you? Or let's say what a beautiful day, isn't it? Some we'll look at okay. Just a second. Have you finished writing the definition? Rachit, can you hear me?
Yeah, sir.
Okay. Let's just say. Can you see? Have you written the examples?
Sir, I can't see the example, sir.
Now can you
There is
see it?
only a fact. Yeah.
That's it. All right. Now that's all for now, Rachit.
Okay, sir, I'll write the examples. 1 minute.
No worries.